I think a lot of my inspiration comes from her. That's what Justin Bieber once said, not in a whisper, not in a song, but out loud for the world to hear. And now, years later, those words are echoing louder than ever, because behind the scenes of the most picture-perfect marriage in pop culture, something is cracking. Whispers are turning into headlines, and fans are convinced that Hailey Bieber is spiraling. Not just emotionally, but publicly. Allegedly, she begged Justin to remove a song about Selena Gomez from his upcoming album. Not because it was inappropriate, but because it was too honest, too personal, too raw. And Justin? He refused. What happens when the past refuses to stay buried? What happens when the ghost of your husband's most legendary love won't stop singing through his music? This isn't just tabloid drama, it's a marriage unraveling in slow motion. And whether you love them, hate them, or still root for Selena, one thing is clear: this story isn't over. In fact, it might be starting all over again. Let's break it down. To truly understand the firestorm surrounding Justin and Hailey's marriage today, we need to go back. Way back, because this isn't just a love triangle. It's a cultural saga that has lived rent-free in the minds of millions for more than a decade. The relationship between Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez wasn't just some teenage fling. It was an era, a generational experience. A story fans didn't just watch, they grew up with it, lived through it, felt it. Back in December 2010, when Justin and Selena first sparked romance rumors, they were barely out of high school. He was the floppy-haired pop prodigy. She was the Disney star transitioning into her own artistry. And when they finally confirmed their relationship in early 2011, walking the vanity fair red carpet hand in hand, it was like something out of a movie, a teenage dream. And for a while, it looked like that dream was real. Award shows, courtside dates, getaways, captured by paparazzi. The world watched as their love story unfolded. But with every fairy tale comes a twist. And for Selena, it came quickly. By late 2012, they had broken up. And while most couples fade quietly into the background, Justin and Selena never really disappeared. They became something more, a love story told through music, heartbreak, and constant public speculation. Selena's 2014 ballad, "The Heart Wants What It Wants," wasn't just a song, it was a confession. A plea, direct line to a love that had become both addictive and destructive. And Justin? He wasn't silent either. In interviews, he openly admitted that much of his music, All That Matters, Sorry, Mark My Words, came from his relationship with her, not just about her, but inspired by her soul, her presence, her impact. And while fans clung to every lyric, dissecting every post and performance for clues, they didn't realize something even bigger was happening behind the scenes. Hailey was watching, not just as an outsider, but as someone who would eventually become the most unexpected character in the saga. The fan who tweeted about loving Selena in 2011, the friend-turned-lover who would marry Justin just 2 months after his final breakup with Selena. The woman now caught in the impossible role of being the wife to a man the world still believes belongs to someone else. So, when rumors explode that Hailey begged Justin to remove a song about Selena and he refused, it doesn't feel random. It feels inevitable. By 2013, the Selena relationship had already become one of the most analyzed, replayed, and reblogged love stories in pop culture history. The media couldn't get enough. Fans created entire online communities around their every move. But what people didn't always see was the toll it was taking on both of them. That year, Justin's behavior began spiraling. Legal troubles, public breakdowns, chaotic relationships. Meanwhile, Selena tried to hold her ground, releasing music, seeking therapy, and battling private health issues behind the scenes. Their love wasn't just on and off. It was unstable, unhealed, unfinished. And then came Hailey. Hailey Baldwin wasn't new to Justin's world. She had first met him back in 2009 at a fan event introduced by her father, actor Stephen Baldwin. But in those early days, she was just that, a fan, a casual acquaintance, a pretty girl in the background of a very loud story. That changed in 2014 when Justin was first seen hanging out with Hailey during one of his many breaks from Selena. At the time, he insisted they were just friends. Hailey did too. But the energy was already shifting. By 2015, Justin posted a now infamous New Year's Eve kissing photo with Hailey. At the same time, Selena was briefly dating producer Zedd. Fans started drawing battle lines. Was Hailey just a rebound? A placeholder? Or something more strategic? Then came the moment that shocked even the most loyal. Galena believers in late 2017, after Selena's highly publicized kidney transplant and breakup with The Weeknd, she and Justin reconciled. It felt like a full circle moment. Their love story had been through fire, and maybe, just maybe, this was the ending everyone hoped for. But just 4 months later, in March 2018, they broke up again, and within 2 months, Justin was engaged. Not to Selena, but to Hailey. That's when the internet cracked wide open. It was July 2018, while fans were still processing the final chapter of Galena. TMZ dropped a headline that didn't just shake the fandom, it set it on fire. Justin Bieber is engaged to Hailey Baldwin. 2 months after his final split from Selena, Justin had proposed in the Bahamas. A courthouse wedding followed in September. No long engagement. No time to breathe. For many fans, it felt like betrayal, whiplash, a rush into something new to erase something old. Theories exploded. Was Hailey always waiting in the wings? Did she steal him? Was this a PR stunt? Was he trying to make Selena jealous? Hailey tried to stay above the noise. In interviews, she insisted there was no overlap. No drama, no behind-the-scenes betrayal. When him and I ever started hooking up or anything like that, he was not ever in a relationship. I would never do that, she said bluntly during a 2022 podcast interview, but her words didn't matter to a public that had already chosen sides. Screenshots of her 2011 tweet calling Justin and Selena the definition of a teenage dream resurfaced. Fans labeled her a stalker, a fangirl turned wife, someone who inserted herself into a story that was never hers. And so, the love triangle was officially born, not because all three were in conflict, but because the internet needed it to be. Selena, for her part, seemed to step away from it all. In October 2019, she released Lose You to Love Me, a song many interpreted as her final goodbye to Justin. The lyric, "In 2 months, you replaced us like it was easy," hit like a gut punch. It didn't name him. It didn't have to. Everyone already knew. Meanwhile, Hailey was in the eye of a storm. Every word she said was dissected. Every Instagram post she liked became a headline. Every outfit was compared to Selena's, and while Justin publicly defended her, calling her the best thing that ever happened to him, the online attacks didn't stop. In fact, they got worse. Music has always been Justin Bieber's confessional booth. And when it comes to Selena Gomez, he never kept it a secret. He didn't need to say her name in every song. The heartbreak was in the lyrics, the longing was in the pauses, the regret was in the melody, and fans? They felt it. Justin once admitted in a radio interview that all that matters was written during one of the most loving moments in his relationship with Selena. He didn't say it with ambiguity. He said it with his chest. "I was in a great place. She was all that mattered." That one sentence has echoed through years of fan theories, heartbreak anthems, and emotional rabbit holes. Because even after he married Hailey, the shadow of Selena remained, not in the tabloids, but in the songs. Let's talk about the music. Between 2013 and 2016, Bieber dropped tracks that read like open letters to his ex. "What do you mean, where are you now? Mark my words." And "Sorry," each one carried fragments of a relationship that had ended but hadn't really let go. "Sorry" was co-written with Julia Michaels, a close friend of Selena. The irony didn't go unnoticed. And when Justin sang, "Is it too late now to say sorry?" it didn't feel like radio filler. It felt like a man on his knees. Selena too responded, not with press statements or interviews, but with songs. Her 2014 release, The Heart Wants What It Wants, was a raw, tear-stained goodbye. In her own words, it was about Justin. She confirmed it during an emotional sit-down with Ryan Seacrest. "He thought it was beautiful," she said when asked how Justin reacted to the video. "I think he was a little jealous of the video guy at first." That one comment said everything. Even in their pain, they were still each other's muse. Fast forward to 2019. Selena drops Lose You to Love Me. The timing? Unmissable. Just months after Justin and Hailey's courthouse wedding. The lyric? "In 2 months, you replaced us like it was easy." It stung because it was real. Whether intentional or not, the song reopened wounds, not just for Selena, But for everyone still holding on to the story of Selena, including perhaps Hailey, imagine being married to someone whose most legendary love is immortalized in award-winning lyrics, whose most painful memories are played on repeat by millions, whose ex isn't just a memory, she's a melody stuck on loop. That's Hailey's reality. Every time Justin puts out music, fans go digging. Was that line about Selena? Was the song a throwback? Was he thinking about her when he wrote it? And now, in 2025, those questions are louder than ever. Rumors are spreading like wildfire that Justin's upcoming album contains yet another song inspired by Selena. That this time, it cuts too deep. That Hailey heard it. That she begged him to take it off, and that he refused. There is no confirmation of this, no verified source, no lyric leak. But the power of this rumor isn't in its truth, it's in its plausibility, because it fits a pattern. A painful one, where Justin keeps returning to the past, musically, emotionally, symbolically, and Hailey is left trying to build a future while sleeping beside a man still haunted by someone else. This isn't about pettiness or jealousy. It's about dignity. When your husband's creative expression keeps pulling him back to a love story the entire world romanticizes, how do you not start to question your place in it? How do you not crack just a little? And perhaps that's why this alleged argument over a song has hit such a nerve, not just for fans, but for Hailey herself, because even if the song isn't real, the story behind it is. The ache, the silence, the distance, the feeling of never quite measuring up to someone the world put on a pedestal, someone your husband once called all that mattered. It's no longer about Selena or the lyrics. It's about survival. And if the rumors are true that Hailey begged him not to release it, maybe that wasn't weakness. Maybe it was the last attempt to hold on to a marriage already writing its own goodbye. The internet didn't just watch Hailey Bieber marry Justin. It studied her, picked her apart, labeled her the villain in a story she swears she never tried to write. But in 2025, the criticism turned into something far more brutal. It started with a whisper, then a post on X, then a TikTok thread. And suddenly, an entire section of the internet was convinced that Justin Bieber was trying to leave his marriage, and that Hailey wouldn't let him. The alleged leaked messages were the spark. A post claimed to show Justin pleading with Hailey, emotionally unraveling, saying things like, "I can't do this anymore, and this isn't love." And Hailey's alleged response? "You're not leaving me. Not like this, not for her." No verified source, no screenshots. Just vague claims and anonymous insiders. But still, it spread like wildfire, because it fit the narrative the internet had already been addicted to, that Hailey wasn't Justin's choice, she was freebound, that he married her to heal, not out of love, that the shadow of Selena was always standing between them. Fans, already primed by years of suspicion, didn't need proof. They just needed possibility. And so the rumor became fact in the eyes of millions. It didn't help that Justin's own actions began to look off. In early 2025, he went live on Instagram. Disheveled, distracted, emotional, he played a series of demo tracks. Some fans swore the lyrics referenced heartbreak. Others claimed he looked like a man on the verge of collapse. And then, just hours later, his Instagram account disappeared. Hailey claimed it was a technical glitch. But fans weren't buying it. Theories poured in. Was Hailey controlling his social media? Did she delete his account to silence him? Was this his quiet attempt to reach out, to tell the world he wasn't okay? Suddenly, Justin's cryptic posts about anger, betrayal, and fake people were being connected to everything from Selena to mental breakdowns to divorce. He unfollowed Hailey, then followed her back. He liked old Selena fan pages, then unliked them. He posted lyrics about being misunderstood, then deleted them, whether intentional or not. Justin was sending smoke signals, and the internet lit the match. The narrative that Hailey is Justin's handler, someone keeping him trapped, silencing him, erasing his truth, is cruel, sexist, and completely unproven, but it has become a weapon. Every time Hailey defends her husband, it's painted as manipulation. Every time she posts a loving message, it's seen as desperation. Every move she makes is reinterpreted through the lens of suspicion. In this toxic arena of fan speculation, she's not a wife, she's a walking contradiction. A meme, a cautionary tale, the girl who stole Justin, the woman who won but lost, And now, as rumors about a new Selena-inspired song swirl and the alleged leaked messages suggest Justin is emotionally checked out, Hailey is being painted as someone clinging to a crumbling marriage, afraid of the inevitable. But here's the truth. No one knows what's really happening behind closed doors. Not the fans. Not the tabloids. Not even the TikTok detectives. All we know is that Hailey, whether you believe she's innocent or calculated, has endured an entire marriage under attack. And if she's cracking under that pressure, who wouldn't? This isn't just about leaked messages or cryptic lyrics. This is about projection. Fans who grew up with Justin and Selena see themselves in that love story. They don't want it to end, even if it already has. So they rewrite it, extend it, keep it alive through theories, rumors, and rage. And Hailey? She becomes the obstacle. She becomes the reason Galena didn't get their fairy tale ending. She becomes the symbol of everything that went wrong. Even if that's not fair, even if it's not true, the narrative sells. The drama clicks. And Hailey bleeds as Justin prepares to drop his next album. The world is watching not for the music, but for the meaning behind it. Will he reference Selena again? Will Hailey stand by him or step back? Will this be the final fracture? Or the unexpected fix? The truth is, the music will speak first. And we'll all be listening too closely. There's a reason this story won't die even after years of breakups, reconciliations, engagements, and public statements. The triangle of Justin, Selena, and Hailey continues to dominate timelines and trending tabs. But why? Why do millions of people, many of whom were still kids when this began, remain so invested in a love story that ended nearly a decade ago? The answer isn't just about celebrity. It's about projection. It's about ownership. It's about the way we as a culture latch onto public figures and twist their private lives into personal fables. When Justin and Selena fell in love, they weren't just stars, they were ours. Teenagers navigating fame, heartbreak, identity, and pressure right alongside a generation going through the exact same thing. Their ups and downs mirrored the audience's own growing pains. Their breakups felt like our own heartbreaks. Their songs became the background music to millions of first loves, fights, and late-night tears. So when that relationship fell apart and was replaced so quickly, it didn't just feel like the end of a celebrity couple. To some, it felt like betrayal of the narrative, of the myth, of the audience's emotional investment. The hatred directed at Hailey Bieber isn't just mean. It's mythical because she didn't just marry a pop star. She walked into a cultural obsession, one that had already chosen a heroine. And in the eyes of some, Hailey was never the leading lady. She was the interruption, the other girl. The one who didn't belong in the story, even if Justin chose her. Even if he married her. Even if he loves her. This is where the fan obsession becomes toxic, because it's not about truth anymore. It's about ownership of a narrative that fans feel entitled to continue writing. And if the current version doesn't fit the fantasy, they rewrite it themselves. What gets lost in all of this speculation, all the TikTok theories and fan-made timelines and proof breakdowns, is that these are real people. Selena Gomez has publicly battled lupus, anxiety, and depression. Justin Bieber has admitted to severe struggles with addiction, identity, and suicidal thoughts. Hailey has been the target of sustained, coordinated harassment campaigns, including death threats and character assassination, for simply being the woman he married. And still, the internet demands more secrets, more pain, more proof that Justin still loves Selena, more evidence that Hailey never belonged. The line between curiosity and cruelty has been blurred beyond recognition. Let's be honest, media outlets don't create these narratives alone. We do. We click, we share, we comment, we dissect. We turn every eyebrow post into an insult, every Instagram like into evidence, every lyric into a conspiracy. Why? Because it feels good to believe in something. Even if that something is a storyline we've projected onto strangers. Even if it comes at the cost of their peace. Why do we need Justin to still love Selena? Why do we need Hailey to be a villain? Why do we want this story, this triangle, to stay open? Maybe because it's easier to get emotionally invested in a story you don't have to live through. Maybe because it's safer to analyze their trauma than confront our own. Or maybe because in a world that feels increasingly chaotic, We've turned celebrities into emotional placeholders. They suffer so we don't have to. They carry the pain. So we can comment on it. And that is the darkest part of this story. What if Justin really does release a track about Selena? What if Hailey really did ask him to pull it? What if none of them say a word and let the internet spiral all over again? Then we'll be back here, same timeline, same theories, same projections, but maybe this time we can change the script. Maybe we can stop choosing sides. Maybe we can let go of the fantasy. Maybe we can let these people, all three of them, move forward in peace, because Justin and Selena had their story. Justin and Hailey have their marriage. And Selena has her own life now, one she's building without being anyone's what if. At the center of all this noise, the timelines, the tears, the theories, lies one simple truth. This story ended years ago, and yet we keep resurrecting it every new song, every social media post, every supposed leak. It's like we're afraid to let go, even when the people in the story already have. But maybe it's time we stop asking, is Justin still in love with Selena? And start asking, why do we still need him to be? Let's strip the rumors back to the facts, the cold, verifiable truths that don't depend on hashtags or hidden meanings. Justin Bieber is working on new music. He's shared clips of Demos and has gone live discussing the creative process. He has referenced past relationships in previous work, especially with Selena Gomez. Hailey Bieber remains his wife, and they now share a child together. Selena is publicly and happily in a relationship with Benny Blanco. No verified outlet has confirmed a Selena song exists on Justin's new album. No credible source has confirmed that Hailey ever asked him to remove such a song. Everything else, the leaked text, the refusal, the emotional outburst, lives in the realm of speculation. And yet, somehow, it's the speculation that has taken center stage, not the facts. Why? Because drama feels more satisfying than closure. Because rumors are easier to believe than reality. Because letting go is harder when a story feels like it still belongs to you. Through it all, one voice has remained the calmest: Selena Gomez. She has not responded to rumors. She has not shaded Hailey. She has not released thinly veiled diss tracks or cryptic comments. Instead, she's chosen peace. Her focus has shifted to mental health advocacy, producing philanthropy, and building a relationship with Benny that, by all public signs, is grounded in authenticity and calm. If there was ever a moment to reignite the fire, she's had 1,000 opportunities, and she hasn't taken a single one. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. It's the kind of maturity that says, I don't live there anymore. The Bieber marriage isn't perfect. No relationship is. They've acknowledged their struggles, publicly. They've battled rumors, mental health challenges, tabloid distortions, and the emotional hangover of one of the most infamous love stories of their generation. But through all that, they've built something. Not an image, not a PR stunt. A life, messy, flawed, but real. Justin's mental health journey has been turbulent. Hailey has stayed. Hailey has endured millions of hateful comments. Justin has protected her. They've attended therapy, faced breakdowns, survived miscarriages of public perception, and here they are, still together, still trying, still walking forward, even with the world yelling at them to turn around. That's not control. That's commitment. Let's talk about the culture we've created. The kind where likes matter more than truth. Where a 10-second clip can overwrite a 10-year history. Where we ask for vulnerability, only to weaponize it. What Hailey, Justin, and Selena have endured isn't just a love triangle. It's a cautionary tale. About the way we consume pain, about the way we demand access, about the way we confuse speculation with story and story with ownership. This isn't just about them anymore. It's about us. And maybe it's time to take some accountability. Let's say the rumors are true. Let's say Justin really does release a song about Selena. Would that be so shocking? He's an artist. That's what artists do. They bleed onto the page. They immortalize their heartbreak. Selena did it. She wrote "Lose You to Love Me" after years of pain and confusion. Would we say she was disrespecting Hailey? Probably not, because we understand that art isn't always polite. It's honest. And honesty doesn't come with a filter. So if Justin reflects on his past in music, that's not proof he's not over it. It's proof that he lived through it. And maybe the same goes for Hailey. If she struggles sometimes with her husband's past, that's not weakness, that's humanity. What makes their relationship real isn't how perfect it looks online. It's that it continues to grow in spite of the noise, not in a dramatic, headline-grabbing way. Not in a final blow-up or betrayal, but in the quiet kind of ending dot where Selena gets to heal, where Justin gets to create, where Hailey gets to live without defending her existence, and maybe we as an audience can step back and finally stop playing judge, jury, and fanfiction writer dot, because love stories aren't just about how they start. They're about when you know it's time to close the book. And this one? It's already been written.